Hello, my name is Mary Daniels, aka The Life Chef, and I'm going to share some tasty tips, key ingredients and secret recipes to dealing and managing with any relationship issues. Now, there are sort of two perspectives to come at when the word affair is mentioned. A lot of times we focus solely on the victim, but I think there can be reasons why somebody feels that they can't turn to their partner and going outside of the relationship seems an option. This isn't really about passing judgment on who's right and who's wrong. This is really about giving you some tools on how to survive it from both sides of the fence. So first of all, dealing with the person who's actually had the affair, gone outside of the relationship. I think no matter how long you've been with somebody and how big the reasons are and present themselves, there's never any solution to going outside of a relationship. It will only last for so long. You really need to look at and address what is missing or what's going on within the relationship first. I also think you need to take on board other people's feelings. Sometimes when I've worked with people who've had affairs, it's been very easy for them to discount their partner and the implications of this affair will have on the family as a whole, especially if there are children involved. So if you feel that you're not getting what you need from a relationship, your partner doesn't understand you, you're no longer on the same wavelength, your sex life isn't as exciting as it used to be, then I still think you need to take some time out and address that within your relationship. So in order to survive an affair, especially if the person who's actually had the affair, then you really need to ask yourself, whatever the reasons are, how can I resolve the problems within my relationship? You also need to ask, am I willing to give up the other person? It's very difficult to resolve any issues and survive an affair if you're still having the affair. It needs to end. I think you really need to sit down and work out what you want and address any outstanding issues with both parties. And I think the only way you're going to survive an affair is to end the affair. You need to really look at cutting off contact and putting all of your energy back into the relationship. This isn't about blame, but it is about taking responsibility. And when you're in a relationship with somebody, no matter how off track it's gone, you are both responsible for bringing it back on track. So that's really how to survive an affair if you're the person who's actually having the affair. The other side of the coin is if your partner is having an affair and you found out about it, or you've sat down and they've actually told you outright that they're seeing somebody else. Rather than sort of focusing all your energy on anger and hate, obviously that might be your initial reaction, but also mixed in with some shock if you were not aware of it. If you really want to move on and survive the affair and build up the relationship, there will come a point where you need to sit down and address the issues. There will be things that are maybe missing or lacking or that change in the relationship that you really need to start focusing some energy on. I really think when there are just the two people in a relationship and something like this, something so intense has happened, it can be very hard to get a clear perspective and be objective about how you're going to move forward. Obviously, if there's an affair has taken place, there are obviously some issues that can't be resolved between the two of you. So I'd really seriously think about seeking some professional advice and look at how you're going to move yourself forward. I also think you need to take on board, if children are involved in this relationship, how your actions are going to implicate and have an effect on the children. This is your affair. This is something that's happened between the two of you. Try not to make it something that becomes the entire family's issue. So I really think if you want to survive an affair, you need to look at the way you're communicating, look at what part you've both played in it happening, take responsibility for moving it forward, and look at getting some external support so that you can rebuild your relationship in a healthy way. And I think, sadly, it might be that you need to accept that the only way you can survive an affair and get over this and move forward is without your partner. It might be that you're just not meant to be together. It might be that the issues that led up to this cannot be resolved. And I think it might also be worth you then looking at some separate support if you feel that you can't come together again as a couple and you need to start rebuilding your lives separately. So if you'd like any more advice on this subject, then please feel free to visit www.thelifechef.com and sign up for one of our free 30-minute taster sessions. Thank you.